On deck for review today, guys, we have the US made Gen 4 Glock 27. You can see the US there, the Georgia State proof mark. So the gun's made 100% here in the United States, proofed in the United States, assembled in the United States. That's a big draw for a lot of guys. A lot of guys stay away from the Glocks because they believe they're not US made pistols. But this one certainly is. They've been making them here in the US for a while, but they're now starting to sell the US made guns here domestically. This is one of them. In the review today, we're going to do some shooting here from the 12-meter line on the steel targets. Hopefully we can make them jump a little bit. After that, we're going to do a quick tabletop discussion where we get into some of the pros and the cons of the Glock 27 Gen 4. And then at the end, we're going to do a chronograph test with some 135 grain, 165 grain, and 180 grain defensive ammo. And so that way you guys can decide what kind of load you want to carry in this short barrel. Right now, let's see if we can make some steel ring here from the 12-meter line. See what we can do. Well, as you guys can see there, one of the pros of this gun is it's shootable. Even though it's a small little 40, the recoil is manageable, the grip's manageable with the two-finger grip. Obviously there are extensions for that, we'll get into that next. But it's a good little gun. Up next will be the tabletop. Time for the tabletop review here with the Gen 4 Glock 27. As we usually do, we'll disassemble the gun to show you how that works. You point it, verify it's unloaded, point it in a safe direction, pull the trigger, pull the slide back a little bit, pull down on the tabs, release. Move your recoil spring, remove your barrel, and that is it. One of the big advantages of Glock pistols is simplicity, no doubt about that. One of the things I wanted to point out here while we have it disassembled, we take a look there at the barrel and try to get it so you guys can see. You see that proof mark on there, which is the Georgia State outline with the P in it. That is the US made proof mark showing that the barrel was proofed down in Smyrna, Georgia. It's on the rifle, or correction, on the handgun in a couple places. If you look here on the slide, it's right there as well. Just an interesting little feature that most Glocks don't have. As well as, if you look right here, it has it right next to the multiple back strap insignia, and over here, made in the USA at Smyrna, Georgia. Put it back together, just the opposite direction we took it out. Insert that recoil slide, or insert the recoil spring, excuse me. Roll it back on the rails, rack it, and you're good. While we're at it, show you the mag capacity for those of you that are unfamiliar. It's a 9-round mag, so 9+1. You can add the +2 on there. You can also run with the 13-round mags from the Glock 23, the 15-round mags from the Glock 22, and the 22-round mags that are just fun. I think you saw me shooting those in the beginning of the video. A couple things about the gun. I like it. Number one, it's a good gun. I like all Glocks. I tend to be labeled a Glock fanboy a good bit. I'm okay with that. They're simple and they work. One thing I don't like about it is, although this gun is US made, it ships with a serrated trigger. I changed mine out. That trigger's in there for import points, as I understand it anyway, and it ships with it anyway, which I think is kind of silly, being as it's made in the United States and not. My dog is running around if you hear him. That's what that is. Anyway, sorry about that, got distracted. But yeah, it's for import points, and I don't know why, if they're making a gun domestically, they still have to put it on there, because I don't really know anybody that likes the serrated trigger. This gun's been 100% reliable so far. The Gen 4 finish, or correction, the US made finish, which a lot of people have questions about, because they, there's a lot of rumors out there about melanite and tenifer, if they can do that in the US, all that stuff. Thus far, it's holding up extremely well. Those of you that own Glocks know that the 40 caliber Glocks tend to show a lot more wear than the 9mm guns. This one really has very minimal, a little bit here on the barrel hood, but that's about it. It's been riding around inside my crossbreed holster, which one of the first holsters I ever got. As you can see, rides in there. It's a great little inside the waistband gun, no doubt about it. Disappears very comfortable in this type of rig. I also have a RKBA holster coming, which is this kind of design. It's excellent. As you guys can see, it's the same exact size as the Glock 26, which I have here. This is an older guy. This one's got some serious wear on it, because I've been carrying this one for a long time. But it's the exact same size dimensionally with the back strap on. This one's a Gen 3, this one's Gen 4, but the 27 is identical in size. Just while we're at some size comparisons, here's the Gen 4 23. You can see it's a little bit shorter. You give up a little bit of velocity coming out of the shorter barrel, and a few more rounds. But It is essentially the same width. It's exactly the same width, actually. Excuse me. That's a 23, but that shorter grip helps with concealment because that's typically the hardest part to find. Here's the M&P shield. If you're looking for a size comparison there, hold it up. This shield is a little bit longer in the grip, a little bit shorter in the barrel, but key there is obviously the width. That's what makes the shield a little bit easier to conceal, but obviously you're giving up a couple rounds and you're also shooting a smaller caliber. But all in all, guys, the Gen4 27, great Glock. Simple, reliable, accurate, lots of accessories, everything that Glock is known for with great customer service. Sounds like a commercial, I know, right? But all in all, guys, it's a good gun. You know, one thing you got to consider, though, if you're thinking about this versus the 26, is it's a little bit snappier. And if you're only getting 2 fingers on there, for a lot of new shooters, they have a hard time controlling that. I've let a lot of people shoot my Glock 27s over the years, and a lot of them have to re-grip the gun over and over again because it kind of jumps around in their hand a little bit. It's just something that you have to train with, but it's worth noting. Perhaps if you're thinking that might be something that would happen to you, I kind of suggest the Glock 26. It's a little less likely to happen in the 9mm. But up next, guys, will be the chronograph test to see what kind of performance we're getting out of this little short barrel. And that'll be it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, time for the chronograph. We'll be shooting 2 rounds of each. We're going to start out with the 135 grain Winchester Rangers, and then go to the 165 grain HSTs. Those are the bonded ones. And then we're going to do the 180 grain gold dots. We find our distance of about 7 feet. It's about 80 degrees out here and very humid. All right, let's do it. HST next. And the gold dots. And that'll do it.